Stop for a moment and listen carefully. I know you feel that doubt, that silent anguish, wondering if the special person still thinks about you, if the feeling is still there. The angels want you to know, yes, this person is focused on you now, more than ever. They are planning, choosing every word with the utmost care, searching for the best way to show that the love still exists, that it is still real. Something profound is happening, something that goes beyond what you see on the surface. The silence you notice now is just the prelude to something bigger, something that is about to happen. Want to know what's next? Stay with me until the end and take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel, because the truth you've been seeking is about to be revealed. You've been through some complicated moments, right? Those fights that seemed never-ending, the distance that grew slowly, almost without realizing it, until the point where they finally walked away. But now, things have changed. This person is different, but they're not just going to come out of nowhere with a simple sorry, or I love you, I miss you. They know that those words, even though they're sincere, are not enough to express everything that's bubbling inside them. It's not just an I love you that will convey what they really feel. We're talking about a person who experiences emotions in a unique way. Everything is intense, everything is deep. Every feeling, every memory, they hold on to with a strength you can't even imagine. And now what they really want is for you to understand that, even after trying to move on and open up to other people, nothing, absolutely nothing, compares to what you had. What you built together, even if it was shaken, still holds a special place within them. They want to tell you that, no matter how much they've tried to get involved with someone else, nothing made as much sense as you did. Yes, they left someone behind, a person who, for a moment, seemed like an alternative, a new possibility. But you know what? That person never managed to fill the void you left. Maybe they even tried to start anew with someone else, looking for a bit of what they felt for you in that new story. But they soon realized it was impossible. That emptiness remained, strong, constantly reminding them that what they feel for you is different, it's special. This person, who has gone through a significant change in their way of communicating, has something very important to tell you. You see, before they were quite unstable, and that could have made you a little uncomfortable or even insecure at times. It wasn't that you were afraid of them, but there were moments when the intensity of what they felt was so great that it brought a sense of uncertainty, of not knowing what to expect. But now, they want to open their heart for real and tell you what they truly feel. No matter how hard they've tried to move on, they simply couldn't. All the time, their heart keeps coming back to you. They want you to know that they never stopped loving you, not even for a moment. And this is something they are finally ready to admit, to show you how real it is. Your relationship may have been somewhat hidden, with many things left unsaid, shrouded in a certain mystery. Maybe that's why it was so complicated. But now they are making an effort to better understand what they feel, to deal with these intense emotions they carry, and to find a way to express this love in a way that you can feel how deep and sincere it is. They are in a process of growth, trying to discover themselves, to understand themselves. What they want most is to be able to open up to you, without fear, without reservations, showing how important you are in their life. Even with all the challenges you've faced, the love they feel for you remains strong and true. And now, more than ever, they are willing to do whatever it takes to strengthen this connection between you, overcome what has been left behind, and build something new where both of you can feel safe, loved, and understood. What they desire most, deep down, is for you to know that, regardless of what happens, you have always been, and will always be, the great love of their life. This is what they want you to feel, what they want you to understand. Their love for you is something constant, a certainty amid so many doubts. And they hope you can open your heart to this too, that you can feel the same thing. Because, despite everything, what matters to them is you. It has always been you. Everything started in such a simple, almost unpretentious way. That person, without great pretensions, mentioned your name to some friends, talking about you in a natural way, as someone who shares something important. As time went by, more and more people started to take an interest in this story, putting their energies and opinions into this relationship, trying to understand what was really happening between the two of you. Each one, in their own way, contributed to the dynamic that was forming, shaping what, little by little, was becoming something deeper and more meaningful. And then, at some point, a close friend of this person, driven by genuine concern, asked that question that seems simple but carries a huge weight. Why haven't you moved on yet? That question, which at first glance might go unnoticed, had a profound impact. Even trying to ignore the comment, it's impossible not to feel uncomfortable with it. It's not easy to hear words that contradict what you feel in your heart, especially when, deep down, this person knows exactly what they're feeling. the love for you never went away. In their heart, they find themselves thinking, this can't be in vain, it's not just in my head. The feeling is real, strong, and undeniable. No matter how hard they try to move on, there is something that always pulls them back. And that's why, inevitably, this person will feel an urgent need to open up to you, to break the silence and admit, I still feel something very strong for you. I know it might seem strange, especially because so much time has passed and we've barely spoken. I understand that things are off balance now, that they may never return to what they were, but would you be willing to try? Is there any chance, however small, that we could be friends again, that we could reconnect somehow? There are so many words they keep inside, so many feelings that were never expressed. And even if it's hard to admit, they know you also have a lot bottled up. The desire to reconnect, to at least try to understand what still exists between you, is something that burns inside them. And that flame, even if small, still has the power to light the way back. A path that can bring to the surface everything that was left behind, everything that was forgotten, but that never truly ceased to exist. It's this flame that keeps hope alive, that makes them believe that, somehow, you can still find a way to reconnect, to resume what was interrupted. They have faced many challenges, and this has made them feel trapped in their own emotions. Even though the physical distance between you is real, there is a constant feeling of uncertainty about the future. What will the next step be? Will we be able to find a point of balance? Will we be able to overcome the barriers and meet in person? These questions echo in their thoughts, creating a mix of hope and apprehension. In the past, this person had to deal with difficult relationships, got involved with someone who was manipulative, someone who played with their feelings, someone whose actions were quite unbalanced. These experiences marked them deeply and changed the way they see the world and relationships. Today they are an intense person, and that intensity is something that attracts you in an almost irresistible way. There is an energy about them that can be seen as challenging, a rebellious spirit that you recognize and admire. They carry an aura of a bad boy or bad girl that paradoxically makes you want to know them even more deeply. But what really keeps you tied to this person is the way they allow you to see their vulnerability. They show themselves in a way that few have the privilege of seeing, and that makes you feel special. It's as if they lower their guard just for you, letting their insecurities and frailties show, something they have never done with anyone before. This act of trust is something you deeply value, as it reveals that they feel safe around you, comfortable being who they really are. They've never had this experience with anyone else. This feeling of complete acceptance, of being understood in all their complexity, with their virtues and flaws, is something they only found with you, and that makes them feel balanced, seen, and above all, truly loved. They realize that with you they don't need to hide anything, because you accept them entirely, the good, the bad, and even the darker side. And this connection, this complicity, is what makes it all worth it. It's what makes them want to move forward, even in the face of uncertainties and challenges that arise in your path. You know, there's something in the air, an almost palpable feeling that somewhere, someone's heart is full of desire, with that silent hope, waiting for something to change between you. This person, who you might already imagine who they are, looks at the moon with that sparkle in their eyes, or perhaps blows out the candles on a cake making a special wish, or still in a silent prayer, puts all their faith, directing their energy towards something very specific, you. What this person feels is something profound, and although it seems distant, they are there wanting you, wishing that things would finally happen between you. But for some reason, which you might not even fully understand, they haven't taken the step forward yet. And that's where the situation seems stuck, not because of a lack of will, but because of a bunch of reasons that have held them back until now. Maybe they are single, but that doesn't mean they haven't tried to move on. Who knows, they might have recently gotten involved with someone, a relationship that barely started and already ended, lasting just a short while, but leaving marks. That relationship wasn't what they expected. On the contrary, it was frustrating, exhausting, and at times, even a bit scary. However, even when they were with someone else, you never left their thoughts entirely. And it was this persistent memory, this feeling that something wasn't right, that made them end that recent story. They realized they couldn't continue ignoring what they felt for you. Now they find themselves trying to understand what the universe, or rather God, is trying to show them. They try to listen to that inner voice, the intuition, but their mind is a mess. It's a constant struggle between the desire to act and the fear of everything going wrong. Sometimes, they think about sending you a message, saying everything they feel, confessing that you've never left their mind. They ask themselves, what if I just say what I feel? What's the worst that could happen? But unfortunately, fear always speaks louder. That fear isn't just of being rejected. They fear that maybe you have already moved on, that you've already found someone else. This thought paralyzes them, makes them hesitate to reach out. They look at you and see someone amazing, someone who, in their mind, is already happy with someone else. And this thought just pushes them further away. But what they don't know, what they really need to understand, is that there is still a real chance. If they could just gather the courage to take this step, to finally come closer, the possibility of success is enormous. All they need to do is trust a little more, listen to what their heart says, and believe that, on the other side, you are still waiting eagerly for them to make this move. You are in a very special moment of your life, where good things are starting to happen around you. I feel that something deep and positive happened to you recently. Maybe it was a change at work, a new feeling of self-confidence, or even a new way of seeing yourself. It could have been a transformation in your mind, in your body, or even in your financial situation. What matters is that something inside you has changed, and it was for the better. Maybe you're considering finding a new home or preparing for a significant change in your life. These changes don't happen overnight. You've worked hard to get to where you are now, and that deserves to be recognized. Everything you've done up to this point has helped you focus on the things that really matter to you, to dedicate yourself to what brings you satisfaction and happiness. However, even with all these achievements and positive changes, I know that when you think of this person, the pain is still there. It's as if, even with all the luck and success you're experiencing, there's still a part of you that feels this pain intensely. And that's okay. Sometimes, even when things seem to be going well, there are still aspects of our lives that make us feel vulnerable and hurt. But it's important for you to know that you are in a period of great fortune, and that, if you're not fully feeling its effects yet, they are about to manifest in a powerful way in your life. God is guiding you to start focusing on other areas of your life now, because He knows how painful this situation has been for you. He is directing you toward what will really be good for you, what will help you move forward with more lightness and joy. I know that there is a flame inside you that doesn't go out. A fire that burns for that person who occupies your thoughts, who makes your heart beat faster, even when you try to ignore it. It's natural to feel lost sometimes, as if you're navigating through murky waters, not knowing exactly where to go. You find yourself thinking, should I really wait for this person? Is this relationship what I deserve? Am I stuck in something that does me more harm than good? These questions are like ghosts, appearing in the most unexpected moments, bringing with them a wave of uncertainty and fear. I know this confusion can be overwhelming. You wonder if you are exaggerating in your emotions, if you are demanding too much of yourself, or even if you are being fair to who you are. Amid all this, there are moments of deep darkness, where doubt eats away at you. Am I enough? Did I do something wrong? Will I ever feel this way about someone else again? These are questions we've all asked, and it's normal to feel this way, especially when the heart is at stake. But I want to ask you one thing: be kinder to yourself. I know it's hard, but you need it more than you imagine. You deserve a little peace, time to breathe, and just exist, without the pressure of being something for someone. Allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to be vulnerable, without judging yourself for it. Treat yourself with the same tenderness that you wish to give to the other. Because in the end, the love you seek, the care you long for, it all begins within you. It's easy to forget that you also deserve this care, this break. Life is a journey, and every challenge, every pain, is a part of the process of becoming the person you are destined to be. So be patient with yourself, be loving. You deserve the kind of love that starts within you and reflects on everything around you. And this love, this kindness that you offer to the world, needs to be directed to yourself first. What you are going through now is part of a learning process, a growth. It's hard, I know. But remember, you are worthy of this love in all its forms. And everything you are feeling now, no matter how overwhelming, is just a part of this journey. Take care of yourself, be gentle, because you deserve it. I understand that you feel like you may have done something wrong, that some word or action of yours may have driven this person away. This feeling is painful, it messes with us in a deep way, making us question, blaming ourselves. But I want you to know one thing: the problem isn't with you. The truth is, you are exactly what this person desires, what they dream of, but that's precisely what scares them. They look at you and see someone amazing, a person with qualities they may feel they don't deserve. And that makes them insecure, afraid of not being good enough. Every time this person thinks of you, what comes to their mind are the good things, the most beautiful memories. There is nothing negative they associate with you, nothing you have done or said. Of course, nobody is perfect, and every relationship has its challenges, but when they reflect on you and what you could be together, they see happiness, a promising future. They imagine a happy ending, a life together that would make anyone sigh. You have exactly what they want, what they have always looked for. But here's the point, it's not about what you did or didn't do. This person carries a heavy burden of anxiety, a fear that consumes them and prevents them from acting. They have already suffered a lot, have been hurt, betrayed, and now all they desire is honesty. They want to open their heart to you, to be transparent, but they're afraid. They wonder if you would be willing to accept their authenticity, without judgment, without crises. Even though they got involved with someone else recently, it didn't work out because they couldn't be themselves, couldn't be authentic. And now they are wondering if you would be there for them, if you would accept who they really are, with all their insecurities, with all their fears. They know that you might choose not to want them back, and that terrifies them. They are aware that what they feel, what they have to offer, may not be enough for you, and that makes them even more insecure. It's an intense internal battle, hard to overcome. They feel so lost, so unsure of themselves, that making a decision seems impossible. What you need to understand is that this pain, this hesitation, has nothing to do with you. It's a deep wound they carry that needs to be healed before they can truly give themselves to any relationship. They need to find themselves. They need time to grow, to find peace within themselves. You may be facing a situation that deeply affects your emotions, especially when dealing with someone who may not have the same emotional maturity or life experiences as you. This can create a mixture of fear and uncertainty, both for you and for this person. Even so, they continue trying to communicate with you, sending messages or finding other ways to keep in touch. It may be that the time they took to do this wasn't what you expected, and perhaps you don't even know exactly how you feel about it. But what's important here is to realize that this person is indeed reflecting a lot on what is happening between you. They might be thinking, I am giving my best, putting my hope in this, hoping it will work out. But if it doesn't, if this person doesn't want me in the same way, I will have to prepare myself to deal with this pain. What you need to keep in mind is that, at this moment, the control of the situation is in your hands. You have the ability to decide how things will unfold from here. It's essential that you listen to your intuition, which can guide you to take a step back, reconnect with your truest feelings, and understand what you really want. The feeling is that you have the power to shape the future of this relationship, and that brings enormous responsibility, but also great freedom. When you both finally communicate openly and sincerely, the relief will be mutual. You will feel free from the uncertainties that have kept you both stuck until now. You both have been wondering, why isn't this person talking to me? The truth is that the connection between you is something special, something spiritual, that goes beyond what is seen on the surface. It is a powerful bond that, even with all the ups and downs, cannot be denied. A few months or even years from now, when you look back, you will realize how necessary this process was. You will laugh at the worries you had and understand why you went through all of this. Clarity will come, and all the doubts that torment you today will disappear. I know that, at this moment, you may be losing sleep over this situation, and that hope may be dwindling. But the truth is that this connection is too strong to simply vanish. And above all, remember, you did nothing wrong. This is not your fault. What is happening is part of a bigger process, something that goes beyond what you can see now. Trust that what is rightfully yours, what God has reserved for you, will find its way to you at the right time. Everything is unfolding according to the plan, and you are exactly where you are supposed to be. Allow your spirit to absorb these words and feel them resonate deeply within you. The universe desires the best for you and will ensure a positive outcome, no matter what choice you make. Type, I absorb, receive, and accept my destiny and all that the universe has to offer me. To claim this message and the blessings contained within it for yourself, leave a positive comment for other viewers who may need a boost of positivity in their day. The universe sees this as an act of kindness. Let's lift each other up and create waves of good energy together. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe now and stay tuned for the important message waiting for you in the next video. May God and the universe illuminate your steps with peace, love, and faith. Amen.